are you?
Hello.
I'm late, but I was broke down with my motorcycle.
Don't worry, tutor.
Yes, I had that trouble. I had a problem with my motorcycle, and I had to take them to another parking place.
Okay. Don't worry.
I, uh, I'm glad to be. I'm glad for being here with all of you, my dear students. Um, I would like to know something uh, about you. What are you doing lately? Share together, share each other. What are you doing lately? Good evening, Michelle. What are you doing lately?
Good evening.
How is it going? Tell us something about you. Okay. Good evening, Felix. How are you? Felix, good evening. Good evening. Okay. Good evening, Crystal. How are you?
Good evening, teacher.
What are you doing lately? How is it going?
I'm working during all the day. I am very tired. And 6 p.m. I am studying my homework for the 27 to send my work.
7 past 45 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Carlos, good evening. Good evening, Carlos. How are you? What are you doing lately? Carlos, are you there or not? Okay. Viviana, good evening. What are you doing lately? How is it going?
Hello. Good evening. Well, it's been raining heavily in Cucuta these days.
Oh, yes. Felicitations here in Bogota.
Yes. Um, and I'm being busy doing my homework and helping my children with the last um things at school. He finished five grade, so next year he's going to high school.
Ah, muy bien. Okay.
Hello, teacher. Are you there?
Sorry. Yes, yes, I'm here. Good evening, Anna. Good evening, Anna. What's wrong? Anna. Okay. Good evening, Adriana. How are you?
Good evening, teacher. Very well.
I'm glad about it. Okay, my dear students. Tatiana, good evening. How are you?
Hi, teacher. Very well.
Something about you. Okay. Okay, Anna, what's wrong with your connection or what happens? Anna? Okay. Okay, my dear students, we need to start with our today lesson. So the terms will be the following. So first, Ariana. Second, Anna. Third, Viviana. The same terms that appear here. Adriana, Anna, Viviana, Carlos, Crystal, Felix, Giselle, and the last, you will be the last partner, Tatiana. So, please start. Go ahead, Adriana, are you ready?
Yes. Okay. My favorite TV program is Pretty Little Liars. I watched all the 7 seasons, and I have to admit that I was hooked with the series. Pretty Little Liars is a series produced by ABC Family and based in the books with the same name written by Sarah Shepard. This series is about the story of 4 friends called Spencer Hastings, Hannah Marin, Aria Montgomery, and Emily Files, 1 year later of the missing of their best friend called Alison De Laurentiis. They live in Rosewood, Pennsylvania and are in the high school. It shows the things that the girls have done and the secrets that they have, as well as the role that used to have Alison in their lives and the effects of the missing of Alison. I love this series because it's about mystery and friendship and the way you deal with the problems and the way in which you face the consequence of your decisions. Also, I love this show because it's based in an incredible saga of 16 books that I read and are written in a very attractive way that allow you to understand the story very easy, and it also catch you in such a way that you want to know and know more. I have to highlight that the events showed in the series are very different from the books, but this is something very common with the movies and series that are based in books. However, the series have the principal topic of the books as well as the principal characters and the sense of the story. Now, what is my favorite chapter? Well, it's the chapter 10 of the season 6. At this point, we have been through the 6 seasons trying to know who is the evil stalker known as A, who has been torturing the girls during some time with the secrets that they have. In this chapter, we finally can know who is A, and that's why it's my favorite. Not just because we know the truth and the answer to all the questions, but also because in this chapter everything is shown in a very logic, interesting, attractive, and mystery line. The chapter starts showing Aria, Emily, Hannah, and Spencer, and another character called Sarah Harvey, whom are in the school dance talking with Mona. They are trying to find Allison, who was in the dance, but they miss her. They figure out that Allison is in a building that belongs to a company called Carissimi Group, and they go there. When they arrive to the building, they enter into a room with with a hologram that controls a live broadcast of the room where A took Allison. In the same transmission, the girls can see how Allison finds the bodies of her brother and father, who are unconscious because they were attacked by A. Then A is revealed as Sissy Drake, who the girls used to know. Give me a second. Okay. Then A is revealed as Sissy Drake, who the girls used to know as an Allison's friend. So Sissy starts to tell to Allison all her story and why she's A, while the girls are watching everything throughout the broadcast. Sissy talks about the accident that she has with Allison when she was a baby, and that's why she was interned at Radley, which is a mental institution. Then she speaks about how she was a boy during her childhood, but that she wanted to be a girl, so she was despised by her father, and she continued talking about the things that happened in her life and that led her to become A. After that, Cece tries to escape and suicide, but the girls stop her and she surrenders and is handed over to the authorities. So with this, all the torture and problems and secrets are over for Spencer, Hannah, Arya, Emily, and Allison, and they can continue with their normal lives. Then it happens 3 months, and we can see the girls saying goodbye to Allison because they are going to the university, and she stays in Rosewood.
Okay. Okay, that's all.
Yes,
Okay, thanks a lot. Really, a really good series. So, Viviana, can you continue? Can you continue right now? Because Anna and Felix, Carlos, they are they having trouble with the connection. They can hear
Okay,
any.
all right. Well, I don't watch too much TV because I don't have time. I don't watch series, but I can tell you about the last movie that I watched. Can I?
Yeah, yeah, can do.
Okay, I watched a movie called Lion, and that was the story of a child, a boy, a very little boy. He was 5 years old, and he was very poor, and he lives in India. He lived in India with his mother and his siblings. He had a sister and a brother, and he was very happy with his mother and his brother and his sister, with his family, despite of the poverty and they that they have. So his brother uh, used to go to the train station to ask for money and sometimes to sell fruits uh, with the little boy. But the little boy, uh, he was playing around while his brother was working. But one night he was very tired and he got asleep on a bench on the street in the train station, and it was very night in the evening. So he was asleep, and when he woke up, he didn't see his brother. His brother was gone. So the little boy went lost, and he was very sad and scared, and he was looking for his brother, and he got in a train trying to find his brother. But he was so tired that he got asleep again. And when he woke up, it was in the morning, and he was in a very far city, very far from his village. And there, the people speak another languages, and they didn't understand the little boy. So he was walking around the streets for days, and one day he was taken to the police by a man who found him, and they weren't able to understand him, and they didn't find his family, so they put him in an orphanage. And months later, an Australian couple adopted him, but he was still remembering the family that he lost in India, and he was sad. Um, the family who adopted him loved him and gave him everything because they were rich. and he was happy with his new parents, but he missed the the family that he had there in India. So the years passed, and he studied, he became a professional, he and he was very happy with the parents, but he still remembered the family that he had there in India. So he began to to look for the hometown in Google Map, in Google Earth. He began searching, and he was looking for the village and trying to understand and to remember the things. And one day, after, I don't know, I don't remember, 2 or 3 years looking, he found a photo that made him remember. So he looked information about that place, and he recognized that that was the place where he lived there with the family. So he finally find their mother, his mother, and he returns to his hometown, and he has an emotional reunion with his biological mother and their sister. But they told him that the night that he was in the train station, when he didn't find his brother, it was because his brother was killed by a train that night. So that's why he couldn't find his brother. And he was very happy because he find his family, but sad at the same time because they don't they don't have that, that link that they had before. But he returned to Australia with his parents and his new family, and he still write or call his biological mother. He was an awesome story.
Oh, amazing. Well, thanks a lot, Viviana, for sharing it.
Okay.
Yes, now, Carlos. Ah, sorry, Anna first. Anna, are you ready now?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My favorite TV shows are the ones that I can learn something. That's why when I have time, I watch Animal Planet channel because in those shows you learn too much about how to demonstrate affection for animals and how are the environment. The TV show is called Too Cute, and in the last month's chapter, we saw how a puppy have fun and do funny things so that I fall more in love with them. There is a big house in the countryside. The owner has a dog with recent breeding. The mom didn't have one. She had 7 puppies, and one of them is stronger than the other, sorry, and chose it by turning, getting up, and trying to walk since since he was born. After a few days of their birth, their dad appears with a ball, so everyone tries to move, and only the strongest could do it. After a few minutes, their dad crosses the door, and the stronger puppy tries to follow him. And it was really funny because the floor was slippery and the puppy falls repeatedly. His mom appears and returns him to the bed. After 3 weeks, the puppies go outside for the first time, and again, the strongest was noticed because he got a lost amount of motorcycles that were stored in the garage. The mother found him and returned him with the other puppies. 3 weeks later, the puppies had grown and could run around the house. The owner used a remote control toy to make them run, and as always, the strongest ran and jumped until he caught the toy and in a minute broke it. The strongest always got into trouble, while the other puppies were very calm. After 2 months, the owner finds a family who adopt him and becoming the best friend of its new owner, a 5 years old kid. Teacher.
Okay. So so cute. Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you.
Carlos, are you ready now?
Yes, teacher. I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my favorite TV program uh, is a popular TV program of China Central Television, mostly featured on CCTV, which invites scholars to provide lectures on various disciplines. In its early days, areas featured include biology, physics, economics, history, and literature, and the lies with lectures from around the world, and its focus has gradually changed. Uh, the Secrets of Dream of the Red Chamber by Lee Jin-soo. Oh, one last point. What highly recommended is the series Looking Back at Founding Ceremony. The difference between them is that lecture rooms recent programs have focused on Chinese history and culture, but both are so splendid that I believe worth spreading too. Read, finish, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Carlos, for sharing it, your TV program show. Okay. Crystal, are you ready? Do you have your paragraph related to your show, your TV program show, or favorite TV program?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, dice, my favorite television series is They Are Here. I like it a lot. In the last chapter, I could see the whole team went to visit the ruins of the Bronx for the second time because 2 years ago they had gone, and there they found uh, there were negative energies which didn't want them in that place, and inexplicable things happened. For example, they burned 2 people of the thing by blowing off a few simple leaves of a plant that I don't remember the name. And through the recording, they three marbles that didn't they knew where they came from. They hear footsteps, how the floor cracked, door that opened, and shadows all around. Plus, they could communicate using a device that measures electronegativity, and it turned red. If it lit one time, it was not, and if it illuminated 2 times, it was yes. That remind me of a chapter of The Boy of Eight and the Spirit of Clouding. That's all.
Thank you, Crystal. Felix, can you continue?
Okay, this This task is very difficult for me because I don't watch television. Um, since when I watch TV, I fall asleep. But I remember an educational program that I love to watch. My favorite program was Cosmos. I remember Carl Sagan made a journey through the universe. For me, is the best educational program has been that, and I spend my time watching that program. I remember it begins. Um, um, Show this planet, this house, um, show us how small we are in the cosmos, and he 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 question about where we are and we come from, about intelligent life, planets like Venus, Mars. I remember the Alexandria library, and another things. That's it, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Felix. Giselle, please. Giselle.
Good evening, teacher.
I was wrong.
Uh, uh, One of my favorite show is Brother to Wars, Age and Age, because it's interesting and your funny chapters. For example, the brother Scott during the remodeling Mike jokes. So start with the family are want to buy new house. Expensive. They buy an all to remodel. Import chains are the kitchen, bedroom, floor, home, appliance, at the living room. Unexpected to solve, like the heat system. The finish, they achieve the house of dream teacher finish.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Maria Paula.
Good evening,
Eh,
teacher.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry. I always have the same issue. I don't know why with my hangout, and I was at another group. It was really weird.
So the most important thing is that you can be here now. And please, do you have your paragraph?
Yes, teacher.
So please share it.
Okay. My paragraph is about a DC comic series TV program. It's called Arrow, and it's about superheroes. So one of the characters was killed in the last season. So to honor him, in the name of the city changed to Star City. There is a group of vigilantes, but two of them, called Oliver and Felicity, decided to leave the group and try to start a new life as a couple. So in the city, there's only left three vigilantes. There are Speedy, Deagle, and the Black Canary. So they're the ones who fight against the bad guys. There is a new band called the Ghosts, and they are escalating their attacks. So the Team Arrow, which are the good ones, have to go and ask Oliver for help. Oliver is the leader, so when he returns, Deagle doesn't want him back because of a past fight between them. Also, in the Star City, there's a committee of 4 people that includes Capitan Quentin, and they are discussing the current situation because no one wants to be mayor since the position becomes with a low life expectancy. because the bad guys are killing every mayor. And Quentin explains that he can catch the ghost because they use capsules to kill themselves and avoid capture. Then the leader of the ghost arrives at the office of the mayor, and the mayor is poisoned. So the rest of the leadership is under attack. Team Arrow tries to save them, but only Black Canary arrives in time, helping her dad fight the ghost at police station. In the meantime, when that starts to happen, Oliver is ready to propose marriage to Felicity, but he never gets the chance because the other guys ask him for help. So they quickly explain the situation at home and went back to the city and helped them to fight the bad guys. And that's the first chapter of the 4th season. That's my favorite chapter until now.
It is called 4th season?
No, it's called Arrow.
Sorry, can you write it by chat? Because I would like to watch a series. Yes. And Ariana, can you write the name of your city by chat? Because I'm interested about series. Okay. And Ariana, please, can you share the name? Okay, thank you.
Actually, my series is now on the 6th season, but I am watching over on Netflix, so that's why I choose a chapter from the 4th season.
I was watch The Walking Dead. And the series are interesting. And at the same time, we can practice English with those kind of series because the most of them are in English. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Maria Paula, and thank you, Ariana. Now, Tatiana, can you continue?
Okay, teacher. My favorite program is Discovery Civilization. It's very difficult to survive in a place there is nothing of eat, drink, and protect yourself from the weather. So is Alaska a place away from civilization? This program show like Alaska can finish with the life of the persons who try survive during 30 days, confronting a weather and gust of wind insupportable. The idea is show the different techniques to look for food, keep calm in this type of situations. The 4 participants look to get out of their trying to hunt any animal to have energy. They carry basic implements like backpack full of change clothes, ropes, and cards. That's all.
Okay, Tatiana, thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, this is time for questions and answers among each other. So, Adriana, please, do you have questions to the partner?
Yes. Okay. My first question is for Tatiana. Viviana. Viviana, what do you think is the key of the happiness? Do you think that the money is one of them?
No, not money. The key of the happiness is love and peace. When you are happy with whatever you have, with your family, with your job, with your situation, you are grateful for the small things of life, so you feel happy. You don't need to be rich, you don't need to have everything that you want in life to be happy.
Yes, I'm totally agree with you. Okay, my next question is for Anna. The explanation that you mentioned was about animals, like about puppies. So I'm interested to know what is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is the puppies, but when since birth, and I don't like dogs, big ones. I like the small ones. So I love all the puppies. That's why I always watch series of little ones.
Ah, okay, that's pretty cute. um,
Thank you.
my next question is for Carlos. Okay, Carlos, your program is about China. So my question is, will you like to know China one day?
Yes, I like to know China because it's a emerging country that maybe can improve the United States. It's the very important culture. They have different disciplines, science, and different forms to to see the world. Okay, the Chinese program is a window to know all other cultures, and this program in specific is very interesting because it led me to know how's the education in that country and compare it with the Colombian education.
Yes, that's a good reason. Okay, my next question is for Christel. Um, you mentioned a program that is about like horror or mystery or something. So I'm interested to know what is the thing that you most like about, sorry, what do you think, what is the thing that you most like about horror programs?
The thing was more like for me, perhaps the moment in what they think explode without specific cause. I very interested in that moment.
Okay. Actually, I don't like that kind of programs, but it's okay. Felix, the next question is for you. If I'm not wrong, you mentioned a program about the science things, right?
Yes, Cosmos.
Oh, okay. So my question is, um, are you interested in science things, and what is your favorite topic or part of that big topic about it?
Um, about this program, um, the topic, for me, the topic is very interesting. Is is the the possibility to 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 get other planets like Mars. This is the topic for me that is very interesting in this program.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Well, next question is for Maria Paula. Um, I have two questions. My first question is, which is your favorite superhero?
Well, I'm actually more like a Marvel girl than a DC Comics. But while I'm watching DC series, I think my favorite superhero would be I can decide if it will be Arrow, the Green Arrow, or maybe the Flash. One of them. I can
Uh,
choose just.
okay. I have like the same problem. And the next question is for you too, and is, do you watch the another series that are connected with Arrow, like Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, or Supergear?
Yes, yes, I watch them and I love when they make the crossovers with all those characters. Yes, yes, I love them.
Oh yeah, that's the best episodes. Okay, that's all. The last question is for Tatiana. Would you like to know Canada?
Are you there, Tatiana, or not? Tatiana?
Adriana, Adriana, repeat please the question, please.
Yes, of course. My question is, would you like to know Canada?
Tatiana, please. Can you answer the question? Tatiana? Okay. Okay, we need to continue. So, Tatiana, please resolve your troubles, or I don't know what happened. Okay, Anna, can you continue? Are you ready with your questions?
Okay, teacher. I got a question for Carlos. What kind of culture would you like to know?
Okay, I would like to know the culture, Oriental culture, because it's a technology culture and the people there have many innovations and have many improved and about the environment, the science, the transports, the architecture, and maybe the the development of the English language, because the English is more important in that country that our that
Or country?
countries. Okay, it's more important the English in that countries that it's our language. Okay, and
Okay,
all the contents about TV in that country is made in English. And then it's important to know that culture about the English.
okay, thank you, Carlos. My next question is for Crystal. Why do you like thriller series?
I like series of terror. For that reason, I chose the series, the channel RCN. They are here.
Yes, but why do you like that series?
Crystal?
Why I like this series?
Yes.
Because it's very interesting. Besides, I think the present a new performance, a different of the old when the same performance. I think that.
Okay, Christy, thank you. My next question is for Felix. Would you like to travel to the space?
I don't know. Yes, I like to travel through the space, but this dream is impossible because we don't have sources to to make that journey.
Maybe in the future. Thank you, Felix.
Thanks, Anna.
That's all, teacher.
Okay, thanks a lot. Viviana, please.
Thank you.
All right. Well, my first question is for Anna. Anna, do you have puppies at home?
No, I don't have puppies because I think puppies they need a big space, and I live in a small house, so I don't like that they or do many things.
Right. But they're so cute.
Yes, very cute.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Anna. My
Thank you.
next question is for Adriana. Adriana, you are watching Pretty Little Liars. Well, they are a group of friends, you say. What do you think about friendships? How is the real friendship?
Okay, how is a real friendship? I think that nowadays that concept is very lost because we used to think that a friend is someone we spend a lot of time, but it's not just that. I think that a friend or a real friendship is when you have someone that know you very well and you know that person very well and you support each other and help each other in every moment, no matter what happened. It's someone that which you can count all the time, and is someone which you can trust, and yeah, you can talk with that person. You have things in common. Um, you can feel comfortable with him or her. But I think that, as I said before, nowadays the concept of friendship is very lost, and it's very difficult to have real friendships, in especially when we are young, because teenagers are thinking in more superficial things and like have a lot of problems and bad visions of the world and are worried for more uh, superficial things and don't think in the consequence of their acts and decisions. So yeah, it's very difficult to have like a real friend.
Okay, thank you, Adriana. Very good. Now my next question is for Crystal. Crystal, can you sleep after watching scary movie? Aren't you a nervous person?
I really not. And sometimes I have very tired and very afraid. But not. I think that mm, so these things good are these things bad. Is the balance, and I sleep like a baby. No problem.
Uh, Good for you. I can't. I don't watch scary movies or series because I'm nervous. Okay, my next question is for Giselle. If you had to remodel your house, what would you change?
I remodeled my house and change kitchen.
The kitchen. Yes.
The
I would
kitchen,
like to,
yes,
yes, I would like to remodel my kitchen too.
yes, is very small and electromagnetic new, um, old, very old, and is modern.
Okay, thank you. Well, my last question is for Maria Paula. Maria Paula, did you watch Wonder Woman? But the old Wonder Woman, the one, the actress was Linda Carter.
No, Viviana, I haven't. I just watched the recent one
The
with,
reason.
yeah,
And how was it?
it was awesome. I love it. And it has a great message like for empowerment, like um women, we can have everything we want if we fight for them.
Ah, nice. I watched the old one when I was a child. I remember. It was nice. Okay, thank you. That's all, teacher.
Thanks a lot, Viviana. Carlos, please, your questions.
Okay, teacher. My first question is for Adriana. Adriana, what do you think about the contents of the Colombian television?
Um, I think that first of all, everything depends of your likes and taste, but for me are boring. Because lately the Colombian television has been focused on in realities and like singing competitions and in soap operas.
Okay, Adriana, thank you.
I didn't finish. Sorry. Yeah, like programs that are not useful and talk about topics that are not interesting or necessary. So maybe the programs that we watch in our Colombian channels could be something like a waste of time. Well, at least for me, can exist people that like that shows, but for me, it's a waste of time.
Okay, Adriana, thank you. I share your point of view too. Thank you.
Okay.
My next question is for Giselle. Giselle, what's your other favorite TV program?
My favorite program is uh, Criminal Minds. It's the serie interesting and studying um, the intelligence, and if the men's difficult personalities raras. Yes, is I like the series Criminal Minds.
Okay, thank you. My next question is for Felix. Felix, what's the TV program? What programs do you like to watch on weekends?
Eh, I don't like watch TV because when I try to watch TV, I fall asleep.
Okay,
Carlos.
okay. The next question is for Maria Paula. Maria Paula, do you think that television causes positive and negative effects on young people?
Um, yes, I think it all depends on what they are watching, and for example, if they have parent supervision with certain programs, and I think it will all depends on the content of the program and how they perceive them.
Okay. My next question is for Viviana.
All
Viviana,
right.
what is the principal teaching about your TV program?
Well, I don't watch TV programs because I don't have time, but I told you about a movie that I watched, and the teaching was that family is very important. That mother love, the family love. That was the teaching of the program, of the movie that I watched.
Okay, my next question is for Ana Isabel. Ana Isabel, what kind of programs do you like to watch every day?
To be honest, I don't watch TV, but when I have time, always Animal Planet. I love all the programs of Animal Planet channel.
Okay, that's all, teacher. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Carlos. Okay, Crystal, please continue.
Okay. My first question is for Adriana. Mm, why do you think is the principal problem with the Colombian productions?
I think that is the culture. For me, is the culture because the
Uh,
Colombians are
That
like
far that people prefer foreign productions.
yeah, but not at all. I mean, maybe um, some people, but not in general. It's very common to watch, to see people trying to look on the realities and the love of the realities and soap operas and are interested in that. And that's why I think that the culture is a problem of our TV shows, national TV shows, because the productions shows or focus their programs in the things that we like to see, that the people will like to see. So if the national likes are to watch programs about singers and realities and Polish realities, they are going to continue watching that. But I also think that it's like a question of likes and taste. So if maybe for me it's something boring or something unnecessary, but for another people could be interesting. So I try to not deal with that.
Mm, my second question is from Carlos. Uh, you talk about the China program, really?
Yes,
In that
yes.
moment, do you like to learn China language, China or Mandarin?
Okay, I believe that Mandarin is a complicated language because it has hieroglyphs that isn't easy to learn it. Uh, the English is the best option to communicate when that countries or that culture. Uh, a Colombian person can to communicate with people from other countries or about the use of the English language. For example, for next World Cup, we can speak English in Russia and to communicate with people from different countries there in Russia at the World Cup of soccer. The English is more important than other language for me.
My first question is from Felix. You are very interested in the universe. Don't you like to go to the space or to Mars, perhaps in the future?
Thank you for joining us on Question Hour. Tonight, we're talking to Mr. James Rodriguez, a politician who has been in the news recently over his new party's future ambitions. Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Sandra.
Felix.
Crystal, I, I, I like those things like planets, but I think that is impossible to, to make a journey like that because I think this is expensive and other people say that um, that the journey to the moon is false uh, because they 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 say that this journey was filmed in Hollywood, for example.
That's all, teacher. I no more questions.
Okay, thank you. Please, Felix.
Okay, my my first question is for Carlos. What do you think about the life in China? In this program, show us is expensive or cheap, is hard or is easy. I don't know.
Okay, the life in China, I think, is a few complicated because there are too much people in that country. Uh, there is different. There are different problems in that country, like environment, the economy, the problems, politic problems. But at the same time, that country had many advantage about the technology, the architecture, the science, and it's important to know about that country and see other cultures and other civilization different the occidental uh, thinking. Thank you.
Thanks, Carlos. Anna, um, you like watch these programs and what do you think about animal abuse?
Abuse.
Abuso animal.
According to my friend, a new supermarket is going to be built here.
I don't understand, Feliz. Abuse.
Abuso animal.
Oh, yes. I think it's terrible when the people abuse for animals because they feel they need people to care about them, no to abuse.
The money from the government helped to boost the local economy.
Yeah, Anna, thanks. Adriana, I don't understand something. Why the why they what are they liars? Now this program, Pretty Liars. Why are they liars? Or why are they named liars?
Okay. Basically, the name is because the principal characters um, are being like mental torture with all the secrets that they have, and all that secrets are because they have lied in different aspects of their lives, like the study, the work, the relationships, the family. So all the bad things that they suffer in the program is because they have lied. So that's why I say that one of the things that I like of the show is because it shows how you deal with the problems and the consequence of your decisions and acts.
Okay. Maria Paula, do you know other series you recommend us?
Like to travel to?
What?
Cities that I recommend to travel?
Yes, other series,
Oh, series. Yeah.
DC Comics or Marvel. I don't know.
I love Arrow and The Flash, and also for Marvel, there's I forgot the name of it. There's a good one on Doctor Strange that is really good too.
Doctor Strange. Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Teacher, I don't have more questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Felix. Now, Giselle, please.
Tutor, I only have two questions. Maria Paula, if you could superhero, you would change the world?
I'm sorry, could you repeat it?
You could be. Did you
If
mean, no?
you could superhero, you would
Could be.
change the world.
Yes, I would definitely would change a few things. I'd like to think that I can fight against the corruption and make the laws to be like justice with everyone. Yep, that's all, I think.
Okay. The question is my daughter, Heidi. My question is, what superhero would you like to be?
I would like to be a Wonder Woman, a wonderful woman who can change the bad things in our country, like Maria Paula mentioned, the corruption, the bad politicians, and the bad way for thinking in a better way to be with each other, respectful in a respectful way. And as Viviana, that she is not here now, said, the peace and love, the happiness.
Thank you. No más question.
It was for me, no? Giselle?
Yes, tutor. I did a listening the history, the partners.
Yes. Um, don't you have more questions to them or one of them,
No más question.
Giselle?
No más question.
Ah, okay, no more. Okay, thanks a
No
lot.
more.
Thanks a lot, Giselle. Now, Maria Paula, please, can you continue?
Yes. So my first question is to Adriana. I also love watching Pretty Little Liars. So I want to know, do you think you would be able to get through everything A make the girls been in all of those years? Like, would you be able to do that?
I'm sorry, can you repeat, please?
My question is, do you think you would be able to get through everything A make the girls been through in all those years?
Oh no, I think that will like a really big mess, and actually I admire how they finally can like support all that things. For me, it will be something very difficult. And but I think that maybe could be better if I take better decisions that them, because they used to do like a stupid things sometimes, um like not go for the right direction. So maybe if I take the right decisions, I could get through all the things. But at the same time, I think it will be something very hard to support and to deal with it.
Yeah, I'm totally agree with you. My next question is to Anna. What do you think is the most difficult thing to teach a puppy?
I think the most difficult thing is when they need to do the necessities.
Like
The
go
necess
to the bathroom outside your
yes,
house.
yes, that's all I think this is the more difficult because they do that everywhere. If your house is very small, is difficult situation.
Yes, I think the same.
Yes.
Thank you. My next question is to Carlos. What do you prefer, Occidental culture or Oriental culture?
Well, okay, I prefer Oriental culture because it's an ancient cultures that have many things about the ancient empires, like last empire of China, the different religions, and it has a kind of view the world the different way. It can in Oriental culture can see the world the different way. It's, uh, for example, in Muslim people, be important to develop the mathematics and to the values and the, the knowledge about the ancient civilizations. In other hand, the Occidental culture is very fast and doesn't take the time part for don't take the time to live
To
uh,
enjoy.
uh, okay to enjoy to live to appreciate the cultures of our own cultures and
Mhm.
ancient cultures of Oriental the Oriental has there.
Yes, I think you had a point. Thank you, Carlos. My next question is to Christelle. Do you think that the series you watched, They Are Here, it's completely true, or maybe they have edit scenes with special effects?
I think that the all the happen in the series is real. For example, with the last chapter, the two persons are broil, Kemal broil. Uh, I don't think that is the special effect.
Okay, thank you. And my last question is to Felix. Do you think there is life in other planets, like what everyone says about aliens or something like that?
Maria Paula, I don't believe it in that things. For me, UFOs, that is the name of the ovnis. I don't know. For me, it's a might. I think those people that look these things are how do you say alucinando?
Hallucinating.
they are hallucinating. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Felix. That's all, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Please, my dear students, go to our ebook and yes, you are now yet. Um, Please go to the exercise number 4, unit 11, exercise number 4. Okay. There are five and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 letters.
Unit 12. No, 11.
Unit 11. Exercise. Sorry, yes. The last unit. Unit 12, exercise number 4. Yes. Are you there?
Yes.
There are
Yes.
there are letters. I will assign you a letter to develop. Answer the questions about the vocabulary. So, letter A, Adriana. Letter B, Ana. C, Carlos. D, Crystal. E, Félix. F, Maria Paula. Number 4, Felix. Unit 11, exercise number 4. Number 4, okay? Letter A, please, Adriana.
Okay. According to your manifesto, you want to make many change. We use according to talk about information that comes from another sources. So the answer will be information.
Yes. Okay, letter B, Ana.
Sorry, teacher, one moment. Because I'm in unit 12. It's unit 11.
No, yes, it's unit 12. Yes,
Okay.
you were right.
Unit 12, exercise 4. Okay. Letter B. Current government
Yes.
is trying to improve the economy. We use a current to talk about things at the moment.
Yes, you're right, okay. Next, letter Carlos.
Okay, teacher. Letter C. Our countries have a good relationship. We use relationship to talk about different people or groups behave together.
Mhm.
Okay. The new agriculture policy will benefit farmers across the country. We use farmer to talk about people who produce food.
Yes, right. Okay, letter E. Felix. Felix, are you there or not?
Yes. Excuse me. The new law affects people across the whole city. We use
Yes, sorry, Felix. Yes, letter E.
E. Okay. The government is planning new projects to boost production. We use a boss to talk about helping something.
Helping something, yes. Okay. Letter F.
F. The new law affects people across the whole city. We use whole to talk about all of something.
of something. Yes, okay. Now please go to exercise number 5. The same unit. Listen to the following sentences and match them to the pictures. We have to select the most appropriate option to the statement, to the phrase. The, okay. The same letters. And G and H for me and for Felix again. Okay. Adriana, please start.
Okay, the cold weather this year has created many problems for farmers. The
For
answer is farmers.
yes, and plural.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
plural. Okay. Letter B, please.
Okay. The current president has had some arguments with the last one. The word is current.
Yes. Letter C, please.
I usually have half a sandwich per language because I don't want a whole one. The letter is whole.
Oh, one. Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Letter D.
My parents have a good relationship. They have been married for 20 years.
Oh, thank you. Letter E. Um, letter E, please. Felix.
Teacher, I don't know the grade that Stephen got for excuse me, the grade that Stephen got for his work helped to boost his confidence.
Yes. You're right. Okay, letter F.
F. Currently, I am thinking about finding a new job.
Yes. Please. Yes, letter G. I could never be a farmer because I have to get up so early every day. And letter H. Uh, letter H is for you, Felix, again.
According to many science,
Uh,
Uh,
Felix, please.
Well, according to many science, global warming needs immediate action.
Yes. Okay. Uh, please, my dear students, go to the exercise 11. We need to listen the recording and we need to express the main ideas that we can get. Okay? So Please, Felix.
I wish people in my country were more tolerant. If only they had more respect for others, we would live in a better country and have a better relationship with the people around us. I wish that people could think more about what it's like to be in another person's situation. I see a lot of people in the city who don't understand how farmers feel, and vice versa. If only we could stop for a moment and think about the whole country, our current situation would be much better.
Okay, are you in agreement or in disagreement regarding the postulate of that person? Adriana?
Sorry, teacher, can you repeat me, please?
Are you in agreement or disagreement about the recording?
No, I'm agree with her. She's totally right about what she's talking. This is one of the problems that we have to fix as Colombian culture.
Yes. Okay. Anna, what is your regarding the recording?
I'm agree with her, and he talk about tolerance. I think we don't have tolerance, and we need to work about that.
Yes, you're right. Carlos,
Teacher.
do you consider that woman is giving us a good way to be in Colombia?
The humanity in Colombia, right?
Yes, because she's talking about for our country.
I consider that human rights in Colombia is very uh, soft. It's very difficult to speak about humanity and rights when in Colombia there are many differences in between the people of different zones, the different races, and the different statutes or or social steps. I believe in Colombia it's difficult to speak about that.
Yes, there are a lot of differences between the country that we want and the real country.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, please, sir, your opinion regarding the recording.
I think that people, especially in Colombia, I need a few more tolerance because the principal element in the conflict is that the tolerance in we solve the problems.
Yes.
I agree with the record because the better is to better the relationship in each other.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Felix, uh, which is your opinion regarding the recording?
What, teacher?
Which is your opinion relative the recording?
Teacher, I don't understand the recording.
Okay. So you can find the TypeScript in the exercise number 12. You can find it. You can find the TypeScript. So you can remember. Okay,
So-
Maria Paula.
Well-
Felix. go to the exercise number 12 and you can find the step script and you can understand better. And now, Maria Paula, please, your opinion.
Okay, I'm totally agree with the girl who's speaking because we are one of the most intolerant countries in the world, and that's why we are so violent so many times, and we see this bad news every single day. I think if we had a little bit more of culture, like to respect one another, we would be a better country.
Yes, you're totally right. Okay. Okay, my dear students, that's all for our today's session, and we will take part on a final virtual encounter, and we will have a final speaking exam. The indications to this, it will send you to your Gmails, to your email accounts, and have a nice weekend and have a nice night. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, teacher. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye
teacher.
bye.
Bye bye. Have a nice night.
Okay, bye.